So we're going to have a look at finding 10% of a quantity. So first of all, we need to draw a bar model to find out what 10% is worth. So we've got 10%, and I want to know how many 10% I need to make 100%. So I've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 boxes. So 100% is worth 10 lots of 10% or 10 boxes. Remember that 100% is the same as one whole. So what this means is that if I want to find 10% of something, I need to split it throughout those 10 boxes. The operation we use when we're splitting a number up is division. So this means that we would do that quantity divided by 10. So here we've got find 10% of 250. So I'm going to draw my bar. My bar represents 250. And I'm going to split that into 10. So I'm going to do 250 divided by 10, because that's how I find out what each box is worth. So that gives me 25. So each of these boxes is worth 25. Now I just want one of these boxes in this case. So then I'm finished there. I can say 10% of 250 equals 25. Next we've got find 10% of 54. So again, I'm going to draw my bar, and this time my bar is worth 54. And again, I'm just going to split that into 10. So I need to find out what each of those boxes is worth, so I'm going to do 54 divided by 10. And that gives me 5.4. So remember that means that each box is worth 5.4. Now again, I just want one of these boxes, so I'm finished there. I can just do 10% of 54 is the value of one of those boxes, so that is 5.4. So now if you pause this video and have a go at this yourself. Okay, so now I want to find 10% of 150. So again, I'm going to draw my bar, and that's going to be worth 150, and I'm going to split that into 10. So I need to find out what one box is worth. So I'm going to do 150 divided by 10, and that gives me 15. So each of my boxes is worth 15. Now I just want one of these boxes, so I'm finished there. So I can just say 10% of 150 equals 15. Next I've got to find 10% of 27. I've got my bar, and that is worth 27. I'm going to split that into 10. So I'm going to do 27. I need to find out what each box is worth, so I'm going to divide that by 10. And that gives me 2.7. So each box is worth 2.7. Now I just want one of these boxes, so I can just say 10% of 27 equals 2.7. If you want some more practice at that, then pause this video now and you can have a go at these questions, and I'll give you the answers in a second. Okay, so now I want to have a look at some worded questions. So a t-shirt costs £34 before a sale. In the sale it is reduced by 10%. So how much is it reduced by? So first of all, we need to think about finding 10% of that £34. So my bar here is worth £34. I'm going to split it into 10. So that means I'm going to do £34 divided by 10. And that gives me £3.40. Now I just want one of these boxes, so then I can just say 10% of £34 equals £3.40. Okay, so next we want to know what the new price is. So remember that we took 10% away from £34. So we're going to do, I'm just going to draw my bar model again. And that was my 10% that I've taken off. That means that the rest of it is the new price. So I'm just going to do £34 and I'm going to subtract that 10%. So I'm going to do new price equals £34 minus £3.40. And that gives me £30.60. So now have a go at this one yourself and I'll go through it in a second. Okay, so a box of cereal contains 350 grams. In an offer, you can get a box with an extra 10%. So how much is it increased by? So again, I just need to find my 10% of 350 grams. I'm going to split this into 10. So I'm going to do 350 divided by 10. And that gives me 35 grams. So each of my boxes is worth 35 grams. Now I just want one of these boxes, so I can just say 10% of 350 grams equals 35 grams. Now what is my new weight? So this time it is going to increase because we get an extra 10%. So I'm just going to draw my bar model again. So this is still my 350 grams. But then I've got an extra 10%. Now I've just worked out what that 10% is worth. That is worth 35 grams. So to work out this whole new weight, I'm going to do 350 grams plus 35 grams. And that gives me 385 grams.